So I actually play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV in my spare time, and I was thinking, how could I bring 14 content to the channel? Because Final Fantasy XIV content in general is very vast. There's so many avenues you could go down. I just want to keep it basic, talk about my experiences with a certain piece of content, whether it be a patch or something that I'm enjoying doing, and just do it in a nutshell, trying to keep these videos below 10 minutes, around the 10 minutes mark. I'll try my best, but hoping that you guys can get involved in the comment section below, share your opinions, agree with me, disagree, agree to disagree, whatever it may be. I'm hoping that you can get involved, and we'll just go from there and see how it goes. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. As always, timestamps in the description, so if you want to skip ahead to a certain section, feel free. Speed up the video if you need to, because it's going to obviously be me talking. However you want to watch the video, whatever floats your boat, do that. All I ask is for you to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing to the channel if you like the content, hitting the notification bell if you want to be notified of the content, and get involved with the comment section down below. So 6.4 is the subject at hand, and you know, I really enjoyed this patch. I'm just going to go over what I've played so far. There may be things I've missed, or maybe there's things that you want me to go check out that I may not talk about in this video. Again, down there is where you want to be. So let's start off with the story, and spoilers are going to be pretty light. I was thinking, shall I avoid spoilers? But then it makes it more difficult to talk about my experiences and go over the content. So I'm going to go with light spoilers. So we started off with kind of like, it's time, we're going against Golbez, and with me going through the Pixel Remaster series at the moment and not long finishing Final Fantasy IV, I've really been enjoying the post-patch content of Endwalker, because obviously it's been very Final Fantasy IV based. We are heading to the Red Moon on the 13th, which is quite exciting. I've been really looking forward to going against Golbez and excited to see where it goes from there. And obviously we did get quite an insight of what's next. But to begin this content, we kind of like was around Radzatan, and we needed a Stinian.
I enter.
So let's go as Stinian, I guess. I guess there's certain things we need to do to maintain our Dragoon figure, and Stinian really does. And Nero looks like she was quite a fan and wanted to get involved as well. Very confused. It was really funny actually watching that scene. But let's get serious now. We need to head to the 13th, we need to head to the moon, and we need to defeat Golbez. And there's one thing during the story that I really liked, and that was, as we were traveling through the void to the 13th, there was a particular scene like going towards the void, and it really looked like, and I think it was a bit of a throwback to the ending screens we got in the earlier Final Fantasies, where like shards of the crystal and stars are heading towards you. I'll do a bit of a comparison to see if you know what I mean. But noticing that really kind of got my head nodding, thinking, yeah, I know what they're doing here, and obviously further got me hyped. Let's kind of bring it back a bit and talk about the Aetherfont, the dungeon that was included in this patch. What a chill dungeon, hey? I play as a tank mainly, I play as a gunbreaker, and every time I go through a dungeon for the first time, I like to just take my time, just pull the mobs pack by pack. If you don't like that, I apologise, but when I go in for my second time, I do bigger pulls, so don't you worry. But I like to enjoy it, and the Aetherfont had that vibe of just being so chill. And with me playing Tears of the Kingdom, The Legend of Zelda in particular, is the music kind of got me a bit familiar with it because of that main, when it started off, it's like a horn or a violin, I don't know the instrument in particular, but it kind of gave me that vibe when I'm going to a stable in Tears of the Kingdom, and then obviously it remixed a few themes that we are familiar with in Endwalker. Such a chill vibe. The bosses were quite creative here. It's always fun going into a dungeon for the first time and trying to figure out what is what. Did we wipe the first time around? I don't think so. If I did, you'll see it on screen now. But it was a very chill dungeon and a nice experience to go through. Now let's talk about being on that Red Moon and going against Golbez in the Voidcast Dais. I think is the way it's pronounced. That's what I'm rolling with anyway. What a fight. What a nice fight. Music was absolutely kick-ass. What a climactic event in the Voidcast, hey? So I really kind of struggled a little bit getting on with the mechanics at first. I was like doing a lot of dancing, and it seems to be a bit of a common theme in 6.4 when it comes to kind of AoE and kind of effects on the battlefield with the things that we're going to go into. And as soon as it kind of clicked, it clicked as always. Will I do the extreme? Probably not yet. I might need to watch a few videos to kind of get familiar with the fight a little bit more. Might be going to the normal version a bit more and get more confident with that. But I think we cleared the first time, so that's always great. And yeah, we kind of got an inkling of where we're going to be going in patch 6.5, and I'm thoroughly excited to see what happens. I won't spoil it too much. But if you've played Final Fantasy IV, of course, you're going to get a bit of a vibe of where we're going next. So let's flip over to the raid series. Anabaseios was what we were doing here, the final part of the Pandemonium raid. And again, I felt like the music was kick-ass as always, and I was expecting, oh man, this is just going to have kick-ass music and it's not going to be such a good tier this time around, because the last tier when we had like Scream if you wanna, probably absolutely butchered that, but I felt more inclined with the music as opposed to the actual raid fights, that tier. This one, I really enjoyed this tier. It really kept me on my toes as a tank again. I think I wiped I perished in every single one of these fights, just trying to learn the mechanics. I think it was where there's a lot of, I think she does the ice and fire kind of mechanics, and I was really confused on what to do there. I thought if I seen the fire effect, I had to stand in the ice, and if I seen the ice effect, that I had to stand in the fire. But really what it was telling you is what area of effect was going to kind of get larger and where you kind of needed to position yourself. Apart from that, really good fights here. I am looking forward to watching people do the Savage Raid, because I'm not a Savage Raider myself. I just don't have that confidence because I mainly play tank, and a lot of responsibility can fall on you as a tank. Obviously responsibility falls on everybody when it comes to a raid, but I'm just not that confident with my skill set just yet to kind of go into those Savage Raids. But when it comes to extreme stuff, I'd certainly kind of give it a go and see where we go. But Anabaseios, in a nutshell, really cool cut to kind of have that conclusion. It's really nice to see voice acting in that final scene. It really added to it and kind of closed it off quite nicely. Another thing in this patch that I did was obviously Island Sanctuary, and I have not really, well, I got to Sanctuary rank 9 and I kind of left it. But as soon as I seen that we can kind of customize our island just that little bit more, you can see in the footage right now that I have invested in making my island feel like home. So obviously I'm grinding to get Sanctuary rank 10 so I can then fly around and then get those additional ranks a little bit faster so I can get the full experience of Island Sanctuary. So yes, Island Sanctuary was a thumbs up from me. That's everything that I covered in 6.4. I also obviously did Tataru's Grand Endeavor, where we kind of went back to Dais and got a bit of story there, nice little scene there, and we got a nice painting to kind of commemorate that. But yeah, 6.4, we are edging closer to the next expansion. 6.45 is coming next, where you can do a bit of Mandible weapons, and if you're crafting, you can do some of your crafting tools. And then we've got the Criterion dungeons. I've not even touched the first one, so maybe I need to get into that. But yeah, 6.4 in a nutshell. What did you think of the patch? I've gone over a few things that I enjoyed, and I think I'll keep it there. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.